Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is time for the double header today, which is now the Betting Talk episode 27. We are going to be taking a look at UFC 317, Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira for the lightweight vacant title of the world. We're going to be taking a look at the four best bets, the props, and the parlays for the evening. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. We're going to be starting off with the four best bets. Let's get right into it. First off, we will grab the light. See, oh, look how pretty I am, guys. Holy shit. Have you ever seen something more beautiful in your life? Don't lie to yourself now. Here we go. We're going to start off with the first best bet of the evening. We're going to get right down into it because it is a little bit later. I did do this a little bit too late. I mean, it is what it is. The first best bet of the evening, because we're going to go towards the locks near the end. We're going to give Jonathan Denis his first, I believe this is the first lock of the week that he gets on, so good for him. Or first best bet of the week. We have Jonathan Denis versus Alvin Hines, or Hins, whatever. We're going Jonathan Denis by knockout. I'm not sure what the prop is, but I do believe his line is minus 240 or better. Let's take a look at it real quick. It is a minus 350 at this point. Jonathan Denis by knockout is sitting at a minus 163. If you take Jonathan Denis by knockout under 1.5 rounds, you're looking at a plus 130. I do think this fight goes under 1.5 rounds. I do think Denis gets him out in the first round, realistically. If you take that as a plus 180, I would just kind of hover that just in case he gets a guillotine or something for his first ever one. I love Denis here. I think the minus 350 tag's a little bit steep. I think the minus 3.5 spread's even steeper at minus 275. I do believe that you have to bet the knockout in this fight to make any money. And I think in this situation, Jonathan Denis has a good chance against Alvin Hines, who's an undefeated prospect, but not really prospect, knocking out guys who have absolutely no business being in MMA, realistically. He's knocking out absolute bums in the competition. And I like Jonathan Denis to get it done. I'm going to put him as my first lock of the week by knockout by itself, and I think he gets it done with flying colors. Now, if you want to be safer, you know what, we'll be a little bit safer for the well, I'll tell you guys to be a little bit safer. Minus 3.5 is going to be your safer bet. Minus 275. It's a little bit steep on the price, but you will win. Next on the best bets, I will give an honorable mention. I am not going to be taking it because it is too steep of a tag, but Jacoby Smith round 1 knockout realistically is going to happen. Jacoby Smith by knockout in round 1, if you take it right now, it is sitting at a minus 105. That is absolutely horrendous. For you to bet a guy to win in round 1 at a minus 105, you are asking for some danger. You are genuinely asking for some danger. You're asking to get your ass whooped by the books. If you're looking at anything under 1.5 rounds is where you're sitting. Nico Price is half decent in the takedowns. Not going to get taken down, but he does have good submission grappling. He also does have really nice hands, but recently got chinned twice, you know, and doesn't really fight all that often. I would realistically like to see him fight a little bit more often, better competition before he takes on a contender like Jacoby Smith, who's coming out of the contender series after knocking out Savoy and knocking out Preston Parsons in the round 1. The over could hit at plus 185, but Nico Price is just too chinny in my opinion. I would stay away from that. Again, that's just an honorable mention. Another honorable mention while I'm talking about it, Jackson McVeigh. Both of these guys are undefeated prospects making their UFC debut due to the fact that Cedric Dumas is not fighting because he couldn't get his ankle monitor off till next Monday, so he can't fight on Saturday. Absolutely kind of pathetic. But McVeigh as an underdog is a great pick here. Really good submission grappler. Ewert's a little bit overweight in my opinion, looks a little bit out of shape compared to other fighters in the same weight division. He kind of looks like Kelvin Gastelum and Jose Medina had a child. And I would lean the side of Jackson McVeigh there. Now, next on the best bets of the evening, Jose Delgado versus Hyder Emil. I will be taking the over 1.5 in this fight. These guys are very, very sophisticated strikers. Both of these guys have high level striking in Muay Thai when it really comes down to it. They're not going to be going for the grappling. They're not really going to be going for takedowns. It's going to be more of a piece 'em up fight. It's going to be a very strategic boxing battle where the leg kicks might play a huge role for Delgado, who's going to be chopping at Emil all night. The knees up in the middle are huge for Jose. He will be stopping everything that Hyder has to do with pushing down the middle, which he usually likes to do. I would lean more on the side of Jose Delgado if you want to take that side. Jose Delgado over 1.5 rounds is sitting at plus 150. I actually really don't mind that. I think Jose Delgado really gets it done. I think he might get it done by knockout, but seeing as he's just so good, right? Like, he's just good everywhere that I can see him, you know, if he feels comfortable more going for a longer distance fight. I can see that happening. I do think we get over 1.5 rounds, though. It seems to be a lot of people's favorites this weekend to go to the distance. I'm just sitting at 1.5 because when we get to over the, 2.5, guys get hurt in the third round. They're gassed. You know, sometimes you go a little bit too far. I'm going to stay away from that. Over 1.5 seems a little bit better to me. Now we're going to go on to the next best bet of the evening, which realistically, I really shouldn't take. I was going to do it too. I think I'm going to do it. I really feel confident about this. I really have a feeling that it's going to come through. Beneil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. We're going to be taking the side of Beneil Dariush. Now, I know he's been knocked out twice in a row. Renato Moicano's not as hard-hitting as most of these guys that he's been fighting. Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan both have a lot of finishes, a lot of knockouts in their career, right? So you're kind of banking on the fact that, Beneil is still okay with the chin. Granted, he's been knocked out many times in his career. He's never lost by decision. Renato Moicano is not the guy, I don't think, to get a knockout, and he's definitely not the guy to get a submission victory over a decorated grappler like Beneil Dariush. Winning worlds at multiple belts, or not worlds, but, jiu-jitsu competitions at multiple belts, gold and multiple belts, high-level wrestling, high-level takedown defense, high-level submission grappling, high-level striking. Like, he's good everywhere. And realistically, this is kind of his last pull. Both of these guys are in their prime. Beneil's been on a downfall for 2 years. He's taken some time off, 1.5 years. He's coming back after a long stint off. Islam Makhachev just submitted Renato Moicano in the first round recently. Benoit Saint Denis was looking to make a comeback inside that second round, but couldn't get to it because Moicano just beat up his eyes so fucking bad that he couldn't do anything. I'm going to go with the fact that Beneil Dariush is an underdog this week. I don't think he really should be. I think it should be more of an even coin flip fight. And I'm going to go with Beneil Dariush plus 3.5. I don't think this fight will reach the scorecards realistically. And if it does, Beneil will probably win. But I do like the fact that plus 3.5 here, you get to buy a round with Beneil Dariush, who realistically will be able to take a round off Moicano, who gets a little bit gassed sometimes in his round 3s, because he likes to get the finish. He likes to look for those big bonuses, and I think Beneil Dariush here is a huge underdog. I love it. Even on the line, honestly, for the bet, we're going to take it plus 3.5, but just to be safe for you guys, but I love this. I love this parlay. I do. Plus 444, give it to me all day. Let's just see what it pays with the lock of the week. And now we can get into it after talking about the fact that Beneil Dariush is going to mop over Renato Moicano. He's going to roll over this guy. Renato just has a lot of holes in his game. He's beaten Jalen Turner, who's kind of taken a turn in his career. He beat up Drew Dober, who hasn't really looked the same. Benoit Saint Denis, who's arguably not even top 15. Lost to RDA because of the grappling. And right here, and Beneil Dariush gets it done. The lock of the week, guys, I was going to do this in a different order, but the lock of the week is the main event, so might as well do it from top to bottom. I'm taking Ilia Topuria, and it's not even close. It's not even close. If you want to be safe, you want to play the blah, 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 you want to take fucking whatever, you want to take the minus, what is it, minus 5.5? Yeah, sure. Take the minus 5.5 at minus 450. Go fuck yourself. You're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. Ilia Topuria by knockout. Under 3.5 rounds. That gets the knockout prop a little bit better. I guess we should just leave it, huh? Let's see here. I'm not really sure why I'm dying right now, but I think it's dust allergies. Or, excuse me, not dust. What am I talking about? Pollen? It's pretty bad outside. We're looking at under 2.5 rounds. Ilia Topuria by knockout plus 105. Yeah, Topuria will drop him really early, so yeah, I can see that happening. But Ilia Topuria by knockout, it's kind of where we're sitting, guys. Now, granted, that is a very, very chalky pick. You're looking at this, you're like, we really have 2 KO props on the best bets parlay? Yeah, we do. You want to put Jack Hermanson in there, or excuse me, Gregory Rodriguez? Do you really want to risk it? Do you want to put Terrence McKinney in there against Borshev? Well, if he gets out of round 1, your ticket's bye-bye. Do you want to put Joshua Van, he's now a fucking favorite against Brandon Royval, who's already fought for the belt? These are questions that need not be answered. If you're looking for something to add to your parlay, Peyton Talbot plus 3.5. Yes, I love it. I can definitely see it happening. But this is where we stand as of now, guys. I love Ilia Topuria to knock out Charles Oliveira on Saturday night. I just don't see a world where Charles is able to really do anything. Yes, he has the grappling, but will he get there? I don't think he will. The only way, I will be putting a bit of money on Charles by submission, because the guillotine is a real threat for Ilia, who just kind of waltzes in forward, and Charles might just jump guillotine because of the fact that Ilia kind of leans his head a little bit forward. But this is the most confident bets of the week, and the lock of the week being Ilia Topuria by knockout. I love it. If you put $20 on it, guys, $20 gets you back $140. If you want to take out Ilia Topuria by knockout because you don't feel confident, you want to put Ilia Topuria just to win minus 5.5 because that's the only way he's gonna win. $20 pays you 110. Still pays you pretty good. You want to take Ilia out of there because there's no really fucking point. $20 pays you 90. Okay, but the 4 best bets are Jonathan Denise by KO, over 1.5 rounds for Haider Emil and Jose Delgado, Beneil Dariush plus 3.5. and Ilia Topuria by knockout, TKO, or DQ. Now, we're going to move on to the props of the evening. One prop from every single bet, or every single fight, excuse me. Let's get right into it. First off, we're going to go with Jackson McVeigh versus Christopher Ewart. We're going to go with McVeigh because these lines have not opened up yet. Oh, my God. Why do they always do this? They always kick me out right as I'm about to do these. Hold up. We can get it. We can get it. There we go. Okay. Boom. 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 We're going to take Jackson McVeigh. Jonathan Denise versus Alvin. By the way, this realistically, you should not take this fight. If you're being 100% honest with yourself, you should not be taking this fight because these guys are a little bit too sketchy. They're both newcomers. They're both undefeated. No one really knows a whole lot about them. I think McVeigh's maybe a little bit better all around, but Ewart's way better in the striking, a lot powerful, really powerful. Oh, excuse me. He's going to waltz forward and try and knock out McVeigh. As long as McVeigh gets out of the first round, I think he gets it done. Jonathan Denise versus Alvin Hins. Like I said, knockout. I don't think Hins gets it done. There's no way. Nico Price versus Jacoby Smith. Jacoby Smith by knockout. Yeah, it's going to happen. There's no fucking way Nico Price makes it through the first 2 rounds. And if he does, I'll be surprised. Terrence McKinney versus Vyacheslav Borshev. We're going Terrence McKinney. Realistically, I would love to see a submission, so we're going to go with Terrence McKinney by submission or knockout. I don't see a world where McKinney wins by decision. There's just no fucking way. Borshev is going to need an absolute miracle to get through that first round, and hopefully he gets submitted. I think Terrence McKinney by submission is underrated. I think that's going to hit this week. Vivian Araujo versus Tracy Cortez. We're going Araujo plus 3.5. There's absolutely no fucking way Tracy Cortez takes 3 rounds in total from Araujo. No chance. Araujo will win 1 round. Cortez will lose, most likely, but the line is too sketchy for me to really pick either side. I like Araujo a lot, though, plus 200. The money's definitely on her. Jose Delgado versus Haider Emil. Like I said, over 1.5 is one of the best bets of the week. We got to take it on the prop pick. If you're really looking at it, though, if I'm being honest, the best prop probably is over 2.5. I think these guys are definitely going to a decision. Over 1.5. Never mind. We're going to a decision, though, probably. Or a submission, but I lean more towards a decision. Now we have Gregory Robocop Rodriguez versus Jack Hermanson. I'm not sure if Jack is going to be able to get through all 3 rounds. I do think Robocop is going to be able to knock him out. I'm going to take Robocop on the line, I think. Either side is a little bit too sketchy. I guess we could take, honestly, what is it? Yeah, we'll actually do that. Robocop by KO or decision. We'll take that.
I think RoboCop is very powerful. I think he can get it done against a Jack Hermanson who's been chinned multiple times in his career before. Peyton Talbot versus Felipe Lima. If we're really looking at this fight, if you really want to be honest with yourself, Felipe Lima is a lot better on the ground, and we just saw Peyton Talbot get exposed, but Jaime Barcelos is a high-level grappler. He is really good with his hands as well. He kind of exposed Peyton Talbot for being a little bit too cocky with his striking. And now you have Peyton Talbot who's trying to make a comeback against Felipe Lima. Now, I'm going to take Peyton Talbot plus 3.5. I think he's making the right adjustments to try and come into this fight with a little bit better flow. I think Felipe Lima is a little bit explosive, just like Peyton Talbot. He's going to be looking for the exact same stuff, so I think it's going to be a bit of a firefight. I think we might go 3 rounds, or Felipe Lima wins by submission, but I lean towards the fact that Peyton Talbot can at least take 1 round from Felipe Lima, and not just get fucked up. Benil Dariush versus Renato Moicano. We're going under. I think under rounds is probably the best way, but I'm going to take Benil Dariush plus 3.5 because there's no way that he loses all 3 rounds to Moicano. And I think that Moicano being a little bit pillow-fisted, not being as good at the submission the defensive wrestling, I think Benil Dariush has an advantage in the grappling. I think he gets it done. The line is really juicy to me. I'm not going to lie, plus 110, but plus 3.5 is a little bit safer, and it doesn't cost too much. It costs 50 cents or whatever it is. We'll take it. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van. I'm going to stay away from this fight specifically because I don't know either side. I love Joshua Van. I think he can get it done. I think his boxing is super crisp. He did just fight 2 weeks ago against Bruno Silva. Got clipped a couple times, but rolled super well with the shots like he always does. Brandon Royval is an underdog right now, which is also really juicy to take a look at. But will he lose to a Joshua Van who's just a fucking heated prospect, an absolutely hungry animal who's just trying to make his run at the title? I'm not too sure. And if we're really talking about it and we really want to be honest with ourselves, can we really trust in the over 2.5 when you see Joshua Van knocking out everyone with his super crisp boxing? And Brandon Royval has been knocked out and choked out before. I'm not too sure. I'm not sure where we sit there. And I'm not sure if Joshua Van's going to get submitted or not. I would lean more towards the fact of over 2.5 rounds, so maybe that's what we'll put. I think this is going to go to a decision probably. But I can see a late round TKO. I'm going to go with over 2.5 just because we have to pick one. We are picking one prop for every fight. Let's try not to skip one. Alexandre Pantoja versus Kara France. We're going to lean the side of Pantoja, and it's with caution because Kara France is a hungry animal right now. If he doesn't win the first 2 rounds, he ain't going to win. Pantoja is going to out-grapple him in all the other rounds. We're going to go with Pantoja on the line. It seems safe, minus 250. I would actually pick... Nah, he can get a TKO on the ground. I'm just going to take Pantoja on the line. I think it's safe. I think it's very viable, and I think he can get it done within... I think he can get it done, honestly, within distance, but... We're just going to stay away from the fact that we don't know 100%. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. I would lean towards under 3.5 rounds being a lock. These guys are finishers. There's no way they're going distance. There's no way Ilia Topuria is going to take this distance. I would lean towards Ilia Topuria by knockout like I've been saying. And we're going to take that because it is the best bet of the week. There is no way we're going to fade it. There's no way that we're going to miss it. And there's no way that we're going to let anyone tell us different. We're going to stay with our picks, and we're going to pick our picks, and we're going to always win with our picks. We have a 12-pick parlay. $20 can win you $6,028. Granted, this is a not too bad parlay. I'm not going to lie. If we take a look at it, if we really want to take off the stuff that we're really worried about, again, take a look at it. McVeigh, Denise by KO, TKO, DQ. Smith by KO, TKO, DQ. Terrence McKinney by finish. Vivian Araujo plus 3.5. Over 1.5 rounds for Haider Emil and Jose Delgado, which I love. Gregory Robocop Rodriguez by KO or decision. Peyton Talbot plus 3.5. I love it. Benil Dariush plus 3.5. I love it. Brandon Royval versus Joshua Van over 2.5. Fucking fantastic. Pantoja, yes. Topuria by knockout. A little bit sketchy, but I'll take it. I would take out Jackson McVeigh. That's what I would take out. Jackson McVeigh. And if you take out Jackson McVeigh, $20 turns into $2,621. Yeah, because you're losing the big underdog, but I do like that parlay quite a bit. Now let's move on to the parlays. Now again, usually this would be an edited segment. Usually this would be a little bit, crisper of an edit. It would be a lot better. We're not doing it today because I am lack of time right now. I'm a lack of time. Also because I'm a lazy piece of shit. I will fix this, and I promise to be better. But yeah, I'm honest. I'm pretty fucking lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm trying to do this. I'm having fun. I should have edited it. I want to get the doubleheader out. I just fucked up with my time. That's all it is. We're gonna move on early. Yeah, we're gonna do an early pick here. I mean, do you really want to put a minus 650 in there? I guess it bumps it up a little bit. I guess this would be your early prelim pick. Jonathan Denise and Jackson McVeigh, along with Jacoby Smith by finish. But Jonathan Denise by knockout, again, I think it's going to hit no matter what. $20 pays you 85. You take McVeigh out, you get almost even money. You can put $50 on that and $93 back. I would say that's going to hit. I don't think that misses. Jacoby Smith will put Nico Price out, and there's no way he doesn't. It's just honesty. If you're looking at, like, we're picking lock parlays, by the way. Plus 3.5, Vivian Araujo, Jonathan Denise, minus 3.5. You kind of have to take it. We can skip the KO prop for now. Hyder Emil versus Jose Delgado, over 1.5. You get a plus 228 if you want to add. Benito Dariush, plus 3.5. Peyton Talbot, plus 3.5. Now you have a 5-pick parlay that's quite safe, and you can pretty much ride it to the bank. I think $25 pays you, yeah, $222. Not too bad, not too shabby. I actually really do like that. We also have, what is it here? What's the next one? We're just looking at the fucking picks here. We could pick, you know what? If you want to take a little bit of a risky parlay, you're feeling like you can make some money, you're feeling fruity, you're feeling lucky, you're feeling like the man. Jose Delgado on the line, over 1.5. You take Benil Dariush to win. You take Vivian Araujo. You know what? This is what you do. This is your fruity parlay right here. You're feeling fucking lucky, boys. You feeling lucky? How lucky you feeling? 4-pick parlay pays $11.86. I'm not gonna lie, Vivian Araujo can win. You're sketched. You don't like that shit? Plus 3.5. Boom. Plus 543, bro. What? $25 pays you 160. Fucking smash it up, bro. Benil Dariush is gonna roll over Renato Moicano. Do not be stressed out about that. I would not be stressed out about that. Even I am tired right now and I'm high as shit. I would not be stressed out about that. I wouldn't. What do you have to be stressed out about with Renato Moicano? What? It's just a can fighting cans. It's not that big of a deal. Jalen Turner used to be good. This guy beat the fuck out of Bobby Green so bad that he literally turned a new leaf. I'm not kidding. He literally quit MMA because of that. Don't be stressed out. Renato Moicano is not that guy. He's not that guy, pal. He's not going to be that guy. If you guys want to take all of the picks on the line, or all of my picks, I guess, on the line. This is just on the line, by the way. This is just to win. You want to be a fucking savage? You feel... Actually, we're going to skip that one. You want to be a savage? You want to make real money? You want to see what the fuck's going on here? This would be it. 9-pick parlay. Denise, McKinney, Araujo, Delgado, Rodriguez, Dariush, Pantoja, Topuria, Van... Plus 8,751. $25 gets you 2,759. That is fucking insane. That is a wild parlay. If you want to get something really, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give you my best parlay that I can give you. Okay, this is the best parlay I can give you. Over 1.5 for Delgado Emil. Honestly, I'm not even gonna say over 1.5. I would say Delgado. This guy's just a little bit better than Hyder Emil. Hyder Emil had a tough time with William Gomis. I would say Benil Dariush is not getting finished. Plus 3.5 there. I would say Pantoja is going to retain his belt. I would say Ilia Topuria minus 5.5 is where you're sitting. Actually, you could probably take Pantoja off if you really want, but I like it. And Denise. You want to put the over 1.5 for the Hyder Emil bet because I really do like it. Guys, plus 857. The only thing you're stressing is Delgado. That's it. The rest is probably going to hit. That's the only thing you're stressing is the over 1.5. $25 pays you 240. Now, granted, there can be some better bets that you can make. If you're looking for the cycle parlay that I'm going to be taking this week, right here, Terrence McKinney I like how it fucking strays away from it. Terrence McKinney by submission. Vyacheslav Borshev has shown before against Chase Hooper. He has a problem with his back getting taken. You have Haider Emil versus Jose Delgado. Honestly, guys, I'm not going to lie. Jose Delgado by decision is really, really juicy. I'm going to take Jose Delgado over 1.5 rounds at a plus 150. That gives you a little bit more room when it comes to the cycle parlay. You know what? No, we're not going to be bitches, bro. We're going to take that decision prop. And then, when you're looking at a KO prop and you guys aren't sure what to pick, you're a little bit confused, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what you like, you don't know what to pick. I'm not going to lie, guys. Do we do it? Do we do it? Yeah. Ilya Topuria by knockout. We'll do it. $25 pays you $6.13. This is going to hit. Terrence McKinney will submit him probably in round 1. Jose Delgado by decision will be your stressor. Ilya Topuria will knock out Charles Olivera for the belt. He just hits different. He's a little bit scary. If you would rather take the reverse cycle, you can go Charles Oliveira by submission. You can go Jose Delgado to, again, win by decision. And you can go Jonathan Denis to win by knockout. And that gives you a little bit better room when it comes to your parlay. $25 gives you $16.15. Again, there's not a whole lot better you can get this week. I love Jonathan Denis on the line. I love Benil Dariush. I love Pantoja, Topuria. You know what? Hold on. We're going to do this. What did I say? Benil plus 3.5. Pantoja. Topuria 5.5. Jonathan Denis 5.5. What if I do this, though? Can I get it better? Can I get a better price? No, I can't. I literally can't get a better price. That's insane. That's genuinely insane. Okay, well, we have a 4-pick parlay there. There you go, plus 300. $50 gets you 200. That's going to hit. That's literally going to hit. There you go. That's your Lock City parlay. Take it and leave it. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. Again, this will be better edited this next week. I did do a shit job this week. I know I did. I know. Please hate me in the comments below. That's all I got for you guys this week. Hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.